Hi and welcome to Yoga with Ilona. I'm Ilona, and in this video I'm going to be taking you through a hip opening sequence. So because we don't have too much time today, I am not going to take you through too many warm-up exercises. So please do make sure that you are nice and warm, and maybe even do one of my other videos first if you do have time. Otherwise, just make sure you're taking it easy and not forcing your body further than feels okay for you to go. You're the expert on your body, and no one else can tell you what feels right and what doesn't necessarily. So I will link some of those other warm-up videos down in the description box. Please give the video a like and comment below if you enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe. I post new free yoga every single week. So we will start in a cross-leg position, and let's take a moment to arrive on your yoga mat. Arrive in the present moment, drawing up through the crown of the head and grounding down through your sitting bones. Find length through the whole spine. Find the breath in your belly. Couple more deep breaths here. And now bring the spine tall once again. In your cross-leg position, begin to draw some nice big circles with the spine. Call these cobbler circles. So you're really warming up into the spine and the hips here. Make the circles as big or as small as feels good for you. And now coming into the center, take the circles in the other direction. If you've only gone one way, really opening the chest and bringing the whole spine into the movement. And then coming back to center, make your way into a Baddha Konasana with the legs, butterfly pose. So the heels can be as close in or as far away as you need them to be. Make sure both sitting bones are grounded, and then we'll just bounce the knees to bring some engagement and awareness into the hip joint. You can do one at a time. Just bouncing here. And then coming back to stillness. Take a deep breath in through the crown of the head, and then exhale to bow forward over the legs, coming into your folded butterfly pose. You can even use the elbows to kind of push down on the insides of the thighs or the knees to get the legs further down. Take a deep breath in, take the shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, feel some release in the pose. It's super important that in these almost yin style postures where we're holding the poses for a little bit longer, that you are extending the exhales. The long exhales are going to bring your mind and body into a more relaxed state and allow the muscles to relax and lengthen. And then breathing in one more time from here. Exhale, coming back up to center, and we'll take the feet out in front now, just swaying the hips from side to side, swaying the knees. Easing out the hip joints once again. And then from here we'll make our way over into a tabletop position. From here, we'll take it up to a downward facing dog just to get into the backs of the hamstrings. Of course, if we want to open up our hips and get into these advanced poses like middle splits, we need our hamstrings to be flexible as well. So breathing in here, tuck the toes under. Exhale, push it back onto the thighs, just lifting the knees here, coming into a squat with the legs and finding that really nice open chest and extended spine. Take another deep breath in, and without moving your shoulders forward, just step the feet back 1 or 2 inches to find downward facing dog. And then we'll pedal out the feet here, bringing one heel down and then the other. Easing up the backs of the legs. And then from here we'll breathe in to reach the right leg high. Scoop the knee forward and step it between the hands. Take a couple of steps if you need to. And then we'll tent the fingers either side of the front foot. Breathe in here. Exhale. Push the hips back to come into a half split position. So coming into the low lunge, feel the stretch in your hip flexor. Exhale, bring the leg towards straight. Keep a bend in the knee if you need, and then we'll do that a few more times with the breath. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, bring it back. Push the hips back and away. One more time. Exhale, back once again. And then making your way forward, take the right hand on the inside of the right foot and we'll take it down into a almost a lizard leg. So the right foot can come out to the side even more and our back leg is lifted. Plant into the left hand and then breathe in to twist in towards the right leg. Really open up the hips towards the right side. You can bring the left knee down now and even reach back for the left foot if that feels okay on you and you're nice and open already through the hips. If that's too much for you, just stay here, pushing the right knee out to the side, getting into this juicy stretch here. And then you can bring yourself down into a full lizard pose, coming down onto the elbows. You can let the right knee drop out to the side and take some deep breaths here. Feeling the muscles in your hips and pelvis really relaxing and releasing out. You can relax the head and neck. And a few more moments here. Really continue to elongate the exhales, bringing your nervous system into a parasympathetic state, taking us out of that fight or flight sensation and moving into a more aware stillness. And then from here you can walk your hands back up. And if you need to step it back into a downward facing dog to transition onto the other side, that's totally fine. If you want an extra little challenge, move the right toes out so they're pointing out at an angle out towards the right side. And then you're going to pick up the left knee and hop the left foot out to the left side of the mat, coming into a malasana. So this is like a really deep yogi squat. Bring the elbows on the insides of the thighs and then use the elbows to push the thighs outwards. Make sure the toes are pointing out at an angle as well, and then you can really sway from side to side. Again, if this is too much for you, you can make your way down to sitting or just hang out in your downward facing dog. We are going to stay here for a few breaths, easing out the hips. You can even sway from side to side if that feels good on your body. A few more breaths here. And then we'll bring the hands down now once again, and stepping back with the right foot, coming into your lifted low lunge on the left side this time. Bring the right hand down and then breathe in to find that twist in towards the bent knee on the left side. And you'll feel this release in your lower back, and you can really push the hips out to the left side as well. If you did on the right side, you can reach back for your back foot, really opening out the chest as well. Again, if that's too much, you can just come back up here. Choose the version of the pose that works for you. Breathing into the hip flexor. Another deep breath in. And then exhale to bring the left hand down inside the left foot. Walk the left foot even more out to the left side if you need to. And then we'll come down into our lizard pose. So if lizard is too much down on the elbows, stay up on your hands. If you feel open enough in the hips, you can come all the way down onto the elbows. And again, finding that strong breath in and out through the nose. Close your eyes, relax your head. Feel that left hip opening out, and the muscles releasing and lengthening. And then from here, walk your way back up onto your hands, and we'll step it back for a downward facing dog once again, just to give the legs and the hips a little break. Pedaling out the feet, bend one knee and then the other. And then as you're ready, make your way down onto the knees, and we're going to come into quite an advanced pose here. So again, just take it to where it feels okay on your own body. You might also want some cushions or some rolled up blankets or something to support your knees if they are sensitive. We are coming into frog position. So what you're going to do is start in a low kneel and then walk the knees out to the side like little frog legs, and really flex into the feet to make the knees more comfortable. And then you want your knees almost in line with your hips, so not too far in front, not too far back. And then you want to try and push down with the hips. And you'll feel at first your hips might be quite high off the ground. And then as we breathe and go into this relaxed state, your inner thighs and your hips will begin to release, and you might be able to find more openness in the pose. Again, if you need to take some cushions under the knees or just come out of the pose a little earlier, then that's totally okay. Listen to your own body. If it's enough for you up on the hands, stay here. If you want to come further, you can come down onto the elbows. And then we're going to take some really nice, deep, slow breaths. Try and go to that place in your mind where you're separate from the physical sensations. You are not your thoughts, you are not the sensations in your body, you are that which is aware of those things. You can even bring your hands even lower down and relax your head down onto the floor. And as you continue to breathe here, you might feel that your knees want to come further apart. And if this pose feels good on your body, then you're welcome to pause the video and spend longer here. And then from here, we'll begin to walk the hands back up. And now for our final position of the yoga practice. If you are more open than I am in the hips and you can come straight into a middle split from here, then you can do so by extending one leg out and then the other. The other option for finding some more opening through the hips is to come all the way up to standing here. You're going to take the feet quite wide apart. Breathe in, grow tall through the spine, and then fold forward from the hips. So you're not rounding your back forward. You're folding like a piece of paper from the hips with a flat back coming over into your wide-legged forward fold. If you can come all the way down, you can bring your elbows down, and then to find even more opening through the inner thighs, you can walk heel toe the feet out to the sides, and then stopping at the place that you feel resistance and breathing into the pose. And we're going to spend a few moments here just really opening up into the inner thighs and the legs. And you'll see that aiming for this middle split position is, you know, something that comes more naturally to some people and less to others. And even as a yoga instructor doing, you know, yoga several times a day, I'm still all the way up here with my hips. So be gentle on your own body. One more full breath here. And then as you exhale, begin to heel toe the feet in towards one another, coming back to your wide leg forward fold position, and then you can bend one knee and then the other. And then we'll make our way all the way down to sitting in the center of the mat. You can take your knees out in front of you, sway the knees from side to side once again. And then find your comfortable seated position once more, just how we started. Feel how much more open you are in the hips and the legs. And find a nice tall spine. And I invite you to take a few breaths here. And now I invite you to bring your hands to heart center and bow your head, giving gratitude to yourself and to your own body. Thank yourself for practicing yoga today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you love this juicy hip opening sequence as much as I did. If you did, please give the video a like, comment below to tell me what you would like to see next, and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free and I post new free yoga sequences every single week. Have a beautiful day. Bye.